Hello everyone, welcome to Mr. Temple's Science Room with no students. It's me, Mr. Temple. I'm here today to try and show you the relative distance of the planets. So, based off my bulletin board here, you might see that some of the planets look evenly spaced. What I mean by that is, you look at Mercury and Venus, they look like they're pretty similar. They're like the distance from Mercury to Venus is the same from Venus to Earth. And then from Earth to Mars, from Mars to Jupiter, it just looks pretty similar. What I'm here to try and tell you today is that's not true. So I'm going to go outside and I'm going to show you throughout the hallway and through outside the actual distances. Now, this is based off of a step chart. So I will provide you this resource here. So go ahead, pause, Mr. Temple, make sure everybody has their thing. I'll give you a moment. I know it takes you time to do that. I understand. Okay, so what I'm going to show you is, so we got to go to the hallway, and I have little pieces of tape, and they are not evenly spaced out. They're spaced out according to the chart. So make sure you follow along with me, and you know where we are. So first step is the sun. I started it on the hallway closest to the stairwell here. So here is our little piece of tape that says the sun. Now it's a step chart, so how I did this is I backed my foot up right on the sun there. You can see it's touching the sun. And then I put my foot in front of the other, just like the song goes. And after how many steps? 6. After 6 steps, I should land right about at, oh, who is that? That's Mercury. So I'm not going to do this for all of them, but we'll continue on for the inner planets. So if that's 6 steps, then it looks like I need to go 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, again, bear with me because this isn't perfect, so it looks like I added maybe an extra step there. Remember that we're using feet here, like actual feet, so it's going to be a little off, but there's Venus. Then next up, I'll put my foot in front of Venus here, just like that, so right next to Venus there. Next up, we have Earth, of course. So here comes Earth, just another 4 steps. So there we go, that worked out nicely. There's 4. There's Earth. Now here comes Mars. We can see that little piece of tape over there. So Mars takes 8 steps. So this is going to be our first big jump. Well, it'll seem big. So there's 1 step, there's 2 steps, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Looks like, again, I added maybe another half step, a little bit more. So just a little bit off, but there's Mars. And now we get to the big stuff. So this is going to be pretty difficult. I'm not going to do this step by step just because it's going to take so long. It's so far down the hall you can't even see it. If I got some eagle eye scouts, maybe, let's see if I can zoom in here. Oh yeah. See that little piece of tape? Yeah, that's where we're going, all the way past my door. So, if you look at your sheet while I walk, from Mars to Jupiter, we have to step 55 steps. So all the way down this hallway here, we're walking. Now I'm taking normal steps. If this was foot to foot, it was 55 steps to this next one. And there we go. There's Jupiter. So then now, before we step on, from Jupiter to Saturn, it takes 64 steps. So from here, so this is even a bigger jump. We went from Mars all the way down there to Jupiter, right by Miss Miracle's door. So we got to go from Jupiter all the way to Saturn, and I'll try and zoom in again. But Saturn is actually just a little bit past Miss Virgil's door. So as I zoom in, you'll see that little piece of like brighter looking carpet. That's actually tape. So here we go. Here's 64 steps. Just taking normal steps. It only takes me maybe about 20 normal steps, but remember 64 steps, the way I did it is it's like foot to foot. So remember that's the One foot in front of the other. Okay, we get it. So, here we go. We're walking. And here is Saturn. All right. So, right in front of Miss Fergal's door. Fergal. And now we get to the fun stuff. So, if you look at your chart, from Saturn to Uranus, that's 144 steps. 144. We haven't traveled 144 steps in one jump from one planet to the other. So I actually have to go outside, and it's cold out. So that's why I got the NASA jacket on, of course. So here we go. So from Saturn, right by Fergal's door, we go 45 steps. Now, I did do each step here on the ground here. I did each stair as one step, and then I kind of came around a little bit, and then I started walking down the sidewalk. So we're walking, we're outside, beautiful weather. It's actually not that bad. And we're walking. So 145 steps from Saturn to Uranus. So we're walking, and we're looking, and soon we should start to see a suspicious piece of tape on the sidewalk. Who would put tape here? Oh, it's Mr. Temple. It's Uranus right there. Okay, so consult our chart. Now going from Uranus to Neptune. So we start at Uranus and we go to Neptune. That is 163 steps. So this is the biggest jump. This is the what I would call the furthest distance from like one planet to the other. So I'm just in the neighborhood, just walking down the street. We're walking. When I was doing this, I had to go step by step, and it was cold. It's a little better filming and everything and just walking quick, but whew, it's cold. So anywho, we're still walking, still haven't found Neptune yet. And we're walking. Maybe Mr. Temple will be nice and fast forward through this. Maybe he won't, I don't know. Uh-oh, and look who it is. We found him. It's Neptune. All right, so consult your chart one last time. From Neptune to Pluto is another 91 steps. So I did include Pluto. I was kind of like outside getting cold, like, do I really need to include Pluto? And I was like, yeah, we got to include Pluto. It's a dwarf planet, but it's still a little planet in our solar system. I still kind of count it. So we're walking, and 91 steps. This is smaller than the distance between Saturn and Uranus. So here we go. Littlest piece of tape right there, and it's Pluto. Now, something that's crazy that I want to show you. So I've had the camera pointed at the ground for a while, and that's because look how far I am from the school. The school is all the way, that brick building right there. That's the school. So I'm pretty good. I'm a pretty good distance away. I'm not a full block away, but if the sun starts all the way back at those lockers by the stairwell, Pluto is all the way right here. So we'll walk towards Neptune, and again, I'll show you like how far we are from the school. It'd literally take you like 30 seconds to maybe walk out this far, but I think it's just kind of neat. You know me, science teacher thinks science is neat, no duh. But here we go. Here's Neptune on the ground. So there's Neptune again. There's the tape. And there we are. Still pretty far from the school, all things considered. And then we're walking again and again and again. We'll come up to Uranus. We'll be pretty close to the school this time. You might hear some dogs barking. They're barking at me from this house. Maybe they don't like the planets as much as I do. Who knows? Space is my favorite. And we're walking and just making sure I didn't pass it. Ah, here we go. Okay. So here's Uranus. We're about to come up right on it. Boom. There it is, upside down. And then there's the school. So we'll go through we'll revisit all the planets in the reverse order. And come back through the school. I'm gonna run a little bit because it's very, very cold. About to lose my cheat sheet paper. Don't want to lose that. Gotta beep in. Gotta keep the place safe. Beep, beep. All right, and we're back in. Whew. All right. So here should be Saturn. Yep. So there's Saturn again. Right by Virgo's door. We're already back in the doors. And we're walking, going towards the sun. Coming back to my man Jupiter, one of the biggest planets that we have in our solar system. There's Jupiter, good old Jupiter. Hello. And we're walking. Come back to be Mars here in just a second. Let's see. And here is Mars. Boom. We're coming back to Earth. Here comes Earth just a couple steps away. And then here comes Venus. Boop. Just look at that, like right next to each other. And then Mercury and the Sun. So I hope you all enjoyed our little trip to the stars and beyond.